Okay, let's get into it. Yesterday's Major League Baseball games, we've sifted through the reports, and the mission here is pretty simple. Pull out the key stuff, what really mattered in these games.
Right. Cut through the noise.
Exactly. Give you the insights without you having to, wade through every single box score.
And it was quite a day. You had blowouts, nail biters, a bit of everything.
For sure. A real mix. So let's kick things off in Kansas City. Royals beat the Rockies 6-2. Looked pretty decisive.
Yeah, it really was. And for the Royals, the offense continues to click. Bobby Witt Jr., that hitting streak is now 16 games.
16 games. That's serious consistency.
It really is. Shows he's seen the ball incredibly well. Plus, he drove in a run.
And Sal Perez chipped in too, right?
Oh, yeah. Big time. 3 hits, 2 RBIs.
Yeah.
That's veteran leadership right there in the middle of the lineup.
Definitely. And you need that. It can't just be one guy.
For sure. And don't forget the pitching. Michael Lorenzen went 6 innings, only gave up 1 run. Quality start.
Solid. That sets the tone.
It does. Now, for the Rockies, it's a tough story.
Yeah, I saw the score, even with 2 homers from Jordan Beck.
Right, 2 home runs from Beck, but it just wasn't nearly enough. They're now 4-20. That's the worst start in their history.
Oof. Historically bad. That's got to weigh on a team.
Absolutely. You wonder about the clubhouse mood over there? It makes you think, how much does a streak like Witt's lift one team while a slump like the Rockies drags another down?
That mental side of the game is huge, isn't it? Momentum, confidence.
It's massive. Sometimes hard to quantify, but you feel it. A long streak, it builds pressure on the other side too. And a bad start, well, it's hard to climb out of that hole mentally.
Okay, let's shift to a much tighter game. Baltimore Orioles just getting past the Washington Nationals 2-1. Sounds like pitching dominated.
Yeah, definitely a pitcher's duel for the most part. And the big story for the O's was Cade Povich, his major league debut.
Oh, wow. How'd he do?
Really impressive. Went 6 2/3 innings, gave up just the 1 run. That's quite a statement first time out.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's got to inject some energy. So where did the Orioles' runs come from?
Just enough offense.
Yeah.
Rhino Hearn and Cedric Mullins,
Yeah.
back-to-back RBI singles in the 5th. That was basically it. Sometimes that's all it takes. An RBI, of course, is when the batter gets a hit that lets a runner score.
Clutch hitting. And tough for the Nationals pitcher, Mackenzie Gore, who pitched well himself.
Yeah, Gore was solid. Just those 2 key hits made the difference. And importantly for Baltimore, this win snapped a 3-game losing streak. You don't want those skids to linger.
Right. Kind of stop the bleeding. It really makes you appreciate the tension in those close games, doesn't it? Every pitch feels huge.
Oh, absolutely. Especially in the later innings. The focus required from both the hitter and pitcher. It's intense. You try to keep it simple, look for one good pitch.
Okay, next up. Angels and Pirates. Los Angeles managed a 4-3 win, avoiding the sweep. Sounds like another close one that went late.
It did. The key moment was Zach Nato's home run in the top of the 8th. That broke the tie.
Ah, the go-ahead homer. Big swing.
Huge swing. And then they brought in Kenley Jansen for the 9th, and he shut it down for the save. Exactly what you pay a closer for. A save, that's for the pitcher who finishes the game for the winning team under certain conditions, protecting the lead.
Right. But the Pirates had the lead early, didn't they? Matt Gorski hit one out.
They did. Jumped out front. But, baseball's 9 innings. The Angels kept battling, chipped away, and then Neto delivered the big blow. Shows you can't let up.
That must be tough for Pittsburgh. You feel like you're in control, and then bam, late innings, it flips.
It's definitely deflating. Those momentum swings are real. For the Angels, though, pulling that one out, avoiding the sweep, that's a confidence builder for sure. Shows resilience.
Okay, now for some bonus baseball. Tampa Bay Rays beat the Arizona Diamondbacks 7-4, but it took 10 innings.
Yep, extra innings. Always adds a little extra juice.
So what happened in the 10th?
Well, Christopher Morel happened. He hit a big homer for the Rays to take the lead.
The extra inning blast.
Exactly. And then Cameron Misner added an RBI double right after, which gave them some breathing room. Crucial insurance run.
Tough break for the D-backs. I saw Corbin Carroll hit 2 homers for them.
He did. Carroll had a monster game. 2 home runs. Usually you think that's enough.
But not this time.
Not this time. Just shows, even with individual heroics, baseball's a team game. The Rays got the key hits when it mattered most in extras.
As a fan, those extra inning games, they're exciting, but also kind of nerve-wracking, right?
Totally. The tension just ramps up with every pitch.
Yeah.
One swing can end it. It's a different kind of intensity.
All right, let's talk about another dramatic finish. Oakland Athletics walking off the Texas Rangers 4-3.
You got to love a walk-off win. It's just the best way to end a game at home.
Who played hero for the A's?
Jacob Wilson. Bottom of the 9th, game tied, runners on. and he delivers the game-winning single. Pandemonium.
Fantastic. And I heard Tyler Soderstrom had a big hit earlier, too.
Yeah, Soderstrom doubled earlier to put them ahead at one point, so key contributions from multiple guys.
Even with a homer from Leody Taveras for Texas.
Right, Taveras went deep, but the A's found a way in the end. And, for Oakland, a team that's rebuilding, seeing young guys like Wilson and Soderstrom come through in the clutch, that's huge.
Yeah, signs of promise, gives the fans something to really cheer about. Ever been there for a walk-off? The explosion of sound.
Oh, yeah. It's electric.
Yeah.
Just pure, sudden joy erupting from the crowd. Nothing quite like it.
Okay, one more game to cover. This one wasn't quite as close. Chicago Cubs shut out the Philadelphia Phillies 4-0.
Yeah, this was all Cubs. Just a really solid, complete game from them.
What stood out?
Well, Carson Kelly kept hitting. He's been consistent. But the big story was Shota Imanaga on the mound.
Ah, the pitcher. What'd he do?
Just dominated. Threw a complete game shutout. Didn't allow a single run. When your starter does that, it makes things pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it takes the pressure off. And the Cubs offense backed him up. I hear they're scoring a lot lately.
They are. Averaging over 6 runs a game recently. They put up 4 in this one, which was more than enough with Imanaga dealing. That kind of run support is a pitcher's dream.
So a potent offense and dominant pitching, tough combo to beat. Must be frustrating for the Phillies getting shut out like that.
Definitely. Especially for a team like Philly with high expectations. Getting blanked is never fun.
It makes you wonder, what lifts a team more? A big offensive outburst or just a completely dominant pitching performance like that shutout?
That's a good question. Both are obviously great. But I think maybe a shutdown pitching performance like Amanaga's, it can be really demoralizing for the other team. Sends a message, gives your own dugout a huge lift, knowing your guy is just untouchable that day.
Okay, so looking back at all these games from yesterday, quite a mix. What are the big takeaways for you?
Well, you definitely saw offensive power on display. Royals, Cubs especially.
Right.
Strong starting pitching was huge in several games. Lorenzen, Povich, Imanaga.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of really close games decided by just a run or two. Shows the parity.
The tight finishes, yeah.
And then the late game drama. Nito's homer for the Angels, the Rays and extras, and of course the A's walk-off. You can't beat that excitement.
True. And resilience, too, like the Orioles snapping their losing streak.
Exactly. It really just hammers home how unpredictable baseball can be day in and day out.
Couldn't agree more. Yesterday was a perfect snapshot of that. Every game felt like it had its own distinct story.
It did. And each result, each performance, it all feeds into the bigger picture of the season, right? Standings change, narratives shift.
Absolutely. So wrapping up our deep dive here, we've covered a lot. Dominant wins, nail-biting finishes, standout players, the whole spectrum of MLB action packed into one day.
Yeah, and it's interesting how each game kind of adds another little piece to the puzzle of the season. Every day brings something new.
It really does. And maybe a final thought for you listening. Which part of yesterday's action grabbed you the most? Was it the long ball, the pitcher's duel, the late comeback, the walk-off? Thinking about that really highlights why we love watching this sport unfold day after day.